We have breaking news.
I know we do, and I can't even believe this, but I can believe it.
So it happened during the taping of this pod. You've probably already seen it listening to this out there right now, but Chris and I are seeing this for the first time. Lamar Jackson has requested a trade. Apparently it happened a while ago, so let me just read this tweet for both of us here, Chris. A letter to my fans. I want to first thank you all for all the love and support that you have consistently showed towards me. All of you are amazing. I appreciate you all so much. I want you to all to know not to believe everything you read about me. Let me personally answer your questions in regards to my future plans. As of March 2nd, I requested a trade from the Ravens organization, for which the Ravens have not been interested in meeting my value, and everyone that has met me or been around me knows that I love the game of football, and my dream is to help a team win the Super Bowl. You all are great, but I had to make a business decision that was best for my family and I. No matter how far I go or where my career takes me, I'll continue to be close to my fans of Baltimore's Flock Nation and the entire state of Maryland. You will see me again. So that was Lamar Jackson.
Whoa.
I mean, just first of all, like what? So I guess he requested a trade March 2nd.
Right.
And nothing has happened, and he's now going public with these demands. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I mean, it's not shocking. I mean, I guess it's shocking to hear, like, it was requested, but, like, this was kind of in the works. When you get a non-exclusive franchise tag, and as we've heard, the NFL had to correct his representation and tell the NFL not to talk to a guy that's not a certified NFL agent, right, who was calling on his behalf, and not to negotiate, but just to gauge interest from teams and strike the conversations going there. Okay, so some of these were going on anyways. I mean, I know there's teams that, you know, he had this guy call and he's talked to. I know it. Florio knows it. This is a real thing. The NFL didn't put out this notice to the NFL teams to say don't negotiate with this guy because they just decided to, like, you know, pick it out of thin air. No, it's real. They know this from the teams and probably other people involved as well. But I guess it's just shocking to hear the trade part of it. Like that's where it's like, is he saying there's no way back? He's not doing that?
Yeah.
You know, or is it just an overall frustration of, like, I'm not getting the contract I want and whatever? And that's what I'll be interested to see here.
You know who maybe could answer some of these questions? The head coach of the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh was meeting with the media in Phoenix at the owners' meetings when Lamar sent out the tweets.
How convenient.
And so here's what Coach Harbaugh had to say.
I haven't seen the tweet. It's an ongoing process. I'm following it very closely, just like everybody else is here, and looking forward to a resolution. I'm excited, thinking about Lamar all the time, thinking about him as our quarterback. We're building our offense around that idea, and I'm just looking forward to getting back to football, and I'm confident that's going to happen.
All right. Well, listen, they've been saying all the right things. You know, they want Lamar.
Yeah, because where do they go without Lamar?
I mean, yeah, they want Lamar. There's no doubt. They just don't want Lamar at 5 years, 230, all guaranteed. You know, they're by all practical matters, he's been offered the second greatest contract in the history of football. He's not happy with that, so I don't know where to go with that. It's not, you know, where I get into it, it's not like collusion against Lamar here. It's collusion against guaranteed contract. Sure, we didn't need Lamar to happen to know that this collusion was going on. This was going on before Deshaun Watson. You know, this is a thing. But yeah, I don't know where this goes. Again, I wish he would get representation. It's weird in the fact that he got unlucky, and this is again where representation would help, right? Because representation would have been able to set up before the end of the year a few places that, hey, this makes sense for Lamar if it doesn't work in Baltimore. And hey, you know, non-Baltimore team, you should keep Lamar on your radar because he can do this and this for your team, and it makes sense for you guys. That's where great agents do. They can bridge the gap, make a GM see the light. Oh, whoa, you're right. That would work good in my team or my offense and he's got none of that. So teams either moved on and then it was never set up the right way in the first place. And then you got a number of teams who are kind of in that, like, we're not ready for a guy like Lamar. We want to draft a young quarterback and kind of start our organization new, right? So it's weird where it didn't fall right for him either. And then, you know, when everybody came out at first with the, we're not interested in Lamar, right? And everybody thought like, well, it looks so weird that 4 teams put out the same statement. No, 4 different teams, 4 different beat writers. Baltimore got the non-exclusive franchise tag. Those 4 different individuals called the team that they're associated with. Hey, I'm the Miami beat writer. Miami, are you going to pursue Lamar Jackson? They release a statement. Atlanta Falcons, you're going to pursue. I'm the beat writer for the Atlanta Falcons. You're going to pursue Lamar Jackson, and then it looks like the fix is in. Lamar's loved again. What is not loved is the guaranteed contract, the inability to get anything done with him.
Yeah.
And nobody pushing the right message for him to connect people. That's really what's hurting him more than anything.
And there are questions on every player.
Yeah.
Right? And Lamar Jackson does have obvious questions on him, too, right? It's not just about like a principled stance on not giving away a guaranteed contract. It is like, all right, if we're going to do that, you got to be as sure as you have been about any player because you don't want to cripple what you can do around him.
He's great. Yeah.
He's been great, but he's been injured.
Exactly. It's like he's great, but it's not like you're saying it right. He doesn't come without like some concerns or some questions. One, negotiating the contract or negotiating any contract down the road is annoying and already scary to teams. He has a reputation, whether he likes it or not. That's the reputation, and so there's that. Then, hey, your game's built a lot on your movement. You don't move as good as you did 3 years ago. You're still awesome movement, but you're not the same. And you've missed the last 2 years, in December. All right, that's a little scary. And you're a guy that, again, a lot of your game is around movement, And then, hey, you want this huge contract and all this stuff. Well, you've won 1 playoff game. You've won 1 playoff game. So those are the things teams are looking at. And then I had a team tell me, too, the one thing that bothered them more than anything was the amount of practices he's missed over the last few years because he's been sick or had little issues like that. So that scared him. So, there's just a few things that go on there. And, again, that's where the way he's handling the situation is not giving teams confidence to go, well, let me just back up the Brinks truck and give him whatever he wants. This is risky, and it's being done a different way in which, NFL teams are very conservative by nature, and this is like kind of fly by the seat of your pants type of stuff, and that doesn't make them feel comfortable.
Here's one of those where I have no idea how it's going to turn out.
I mean, neither. It's the most unreal story. It's about as unreal and crazy of a story as I can remember here in recent history in the NFL.
It's the weirdest thing where everything would surprise me and nothing would surprise me.
Right.
Like if he goes back to the Ravens, I would not be surprised.
No, not at all either.
If he gets traded to another team, I would not be surprised.
The teams I think we got to maybe just keep into mind here, right? And you correct me too. Is Atlanta? Okay, I'm still interested to see, and not totally sold. They're ready to move on. Carolina, we know is not doing it. Washington, okay, maybe. Detroit, maybe. I'm just trying to find teams that are a maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Seattle, the Giants, the Cowboys, Tampa, I don't think is going that way right now. Minnesota, San Francisco, Philadelphia, no. So we have 3 as of right now. Houston is going the young quarterback route. They're not looking to go Lamar Jackson. The Indianapolis Colts, hey, they should probably still think about it. They should. Again, Shane Steichen came from, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. That makes sense. But also to them, they're a team that might be starting we missed our window. We might be rebuilding here soon. That's why we got Shane Steichen, and we're thinking about taking a quarterback at 4. Do we really want to get Lamar and then not be able to fill in the rest of the team the right way, right? So I don't know if it makes sense there all the way.
Right.
Plus, they've had 3, 1-year retreads in a row where they brought a veteran and it didn't work out. Maybe they're burned by that. Lamar's certainly on a different level than those guys. Then after that, okay, so who else is out there? Would Tennessee make a play and trade a Ryan Tannehill away, do something like that? But I think you kind of get to the end of the conversation there. Miami's going with Tua. They're not going to go that route. And there's not much else after that. So, that's where it's a weird year and a weird situation for a guy that's one of the best players in our sport.
And I don't think it's going to be resolved anytime soon. It might be one of those things where it's after the draft where this is, because I don't think a team really is dying to give up 2 first-round picks either.
No, you get 2 first-round picks, maybe the greatest contract ever.
Yeah.
Along with, we could be 2-3 years from now, we need to renegotiate the contract or figure some things out for salary cap room. Oh, I got to deal with Lamar and try to figure this out again? Nobody can deal with Lamar and get anything figured out right now. I don't like saying that, but that's the facts, period. So I don't know where it goes, but it's crazy.
A developing story that will continue to develop, and you will talk about for sure with
I
Mike
will.
Florio
I'm
tomorrow
sick of it.
morning
I'm sick
on
of it.
Peacock.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.